aspect of my video. I finally reached out monetization, selling beats. This is me. 2 years ago, alone in my bedroom with no confidence whatsoever and a good amount of fears trying to record my first YouTube video. After more than 100 videos, countless hours spent learning more about YouTube and improving every aspect of my videos, I finally reached out monetization and started to make money from my music and YouTube channel. So today, I'm going to share with you the exact blueprint I followed to make that happen. From day one to today, I'm going to show you all the steps that I took and how you can adapt them for yourself. And yes, you don't need to make the same videos as I do. You don't have to make educational content, you'll be making your own content, and I'm going to help you figure out what it is. By now, you all know the different ways to make money on YouTube by affiliation, sponsorships, selling beats, AdSense, we all know that. But it doesn't happen on day one. It takes a lot of time and effort, and taking the necessary steps to get there is usually the intimidating and unknown part. So that's what I'll be focusing on today, and I want you to use this video as a resource, a guide to follow face by face to really start taking your music career seriously and make money from it. When I started, I had zero knowledge whatsoever, nothing so special about me, so if I can do it, you can definitely do it as well. This video is basically going to be a masterclass about everything I know about YouTube so that you can maximize your chances on creating a successful channel that you can make money from. All the steps will be in the chapters down below here, so if you want to jump to one phase because you already started on your YouTube channel, feel free to do so. You ready? Let's go. Now, as a side note, everything I'm going to tell you today in this video will be part of my new ebook, Master YouTube as a Music Artist. In this ebook version, you will have more details, more explanations, but more importantly, actionable steps to take at every phase so that you can build your YouTube channel and start making money from your music. The link will be in the description if you want to check it out, but for now, let's get into this video. So let's start with the basics. To be able to make money from YouTube, you need a successful channel that gets enough views and enough attention from an audience to be able to make it to the YouTube Partner Program. The YouTube Partner Program is basically what allows you to make money from ads played on your videos, the super thanks, super chats, channel memberships, and many other features to monetize your channel. If you don't know, the requirements to enter that program are 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time on your channel in the last 365 days. Now I'm going to be honest with you, it's not easy. Not at all. It personally took me 1 year and 10 months to get there, but some people achieve it before or after me. It really depends on the amount of work and effort that you put into it. But more seriously, as long as you stay consistent, work on your content, and build momentum, I promise you that you will get there. Plus, even if you aren't monetized on YouTube yet, you can still make money from your videos, but I will come back to that later in the video. Now that we know the requirements and possibilities, we need to set up your channel. I would tell you that the most important at first is to get started, but I still want to give you a few tips and guidelines when it comes to setting up your channel to maximize its chances of success. To choose your channel name, I would recommend to stick to something pretty easy to read and understandable in most languages so that you can reach more people. Also, make sure to choose the music category so that your videos can be shown to the right audience. To choose a profile picture, once again, I really recommend to show your face and not hide behind a logo. This way you can connect more with people and show your vibe and style. Once it's time to create your banner, make sure to include any useful information like what your channel is about and what your videos will be so that you can convert the viewers into subscribers. No need to really add your upload schedule as no one really cares anymore and it will just put more pressure on you. Adding a sort of arrow that points to the subscribe button or the social media links is also a great idea. Speaking about it, make sure to include a few social media links like Instagram, TikTok, or your main website so your followers can find you anywhere else. Concerning the About section, I think it's a great place to welcome your subscribers and tell them a bit more If you don't know yet what you will be uploading, don't worry, that's what we're going to discuss in the next phase. Finally, the last thing to make sure is that you have access to all the features by verifying your channel and enabling them, like custom thumbnails, for example. You can find it on your YouTube Studio under Settings, Channel, and Feature Eligibility. Alright, so now that we have our channel started, it is now time to come up with a content plan and strategy, aka what our videos are going to be about, how much are we going to post, and when. And there's 2 steps that you can take to help you come up with video ideas. The first one is to know your audience ahead of time. For your videos to work, they need to speak to the right person, so we need to create what we call an avatar. An avatar is a profile of the typical person that would like to watch your videos that you want to use. For example, a basic could be someone that loves music and is interested in it. But the more precise you go, the better the reach of your videos will be. So don't hesitate to add things like their age, gender, where they hang out online, their location, their problems, what they want, what they need to be solved, their questions, really anything that you can think about. Once you're done with that, the second thing is a competitor analysis. Take a few YouTubers or artists that you like to watch and take a few notes on what they do, why you like their videos, and what they do that you would like to do as well. All that will give you ideas. Okay, so now that this is done, it is now time to come up with video ideas and concepts. I know it's probably what you feel the most, but don't worry, I have a few tips for you, and no, it doesn't have to be educational content. For your videos to work, they need to have an impact on the viewer, and there you have three choices. Your videos can be entertaining, inspirational, or educational, or a mix of the three. To help you find the videos that you want to make, you can ask yourself three questions. What is it that you like doing the most? Is it sound design? Is it playing an instrument? Is it a particular music genre? Then second, what are your strengths? Are you really good at the composition side of music, or are you a great drummer, or are you maybe better at the technical plugin side of the DAWs? And finally, what does your audience need? Do they want to know how to make songs, or do they need to be entertained, or do they want to know the meaning behind your songs? By answering all those questions, you should be able to pinpoint the perfect niche for you. And a perfect niche is a niche that isn't too saturated because you bring something new to the table. For example, in my case, I knew that there is so many tutorials out there about how to make music, how to mix. There are thousands of tutorials. No one really talks about basics. And self-respect and mindset is a subject that I love I'm able to tell you that now, but when I started, I had no idea. Start with what you have and develop and adjust your content to find your niche over time through trial and error. So once you found your niche and what you want your channel to be about, you need to come up with actual videos to make. And once again, I have a little trick up my sleeve. Using the questions that we talked about just before, you should be able to come up with three main pillars for your channel. For example, mine has music production, studio time sessions, challenges, and artist development. And under each categories, I come up with multiple different ideas of videos that fit under them. Now, I'm not gonna lie, brainstorming video ideas is probably the longest in the creation process, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. So once you define your three pillars, just write a bunch of video ideas under each of them. Finally, the last step for your strategy to be perfected is to come up with a schedule. When deciding how many videos or how many times you should upload per week on YouTube, I see many different ideas or responses or myths online. But as per my experience, I really recommend to start with one video per week minimum. I personally did the mistake to not do that when I first started, and I think that's mainly why it took me so long. Because as soon as I started to upload once a week or twice a week, this is when my channel really started to see growth. And lots of people will tell you that it doesn't matter, but if you look at them, it's people that already made it on YouTube. And yes, once you already grew your audience on YouTube, you can back down a little bit and just do one every 2 weeks or something like this. But when you're trying to make it on YouTube and grow your audience, at the beginning, they also all did 1 or 2 videos per week. So yeah, if I would have to start another channel right now, this is what I would do big time. If you can do more, do more. But I really recommend to pace yourself so that you don't burn out and keep going with it. To organize myself and keep track of everything, I use this template that I made myself on Notion called a YouTube content calendar. In there, I put which videos I'm going to create, when I'm going to upload them, what they are about, and honestly, this helps me big time to stay on track. I have the title of the video, its category, the upload date, and the status. When I click on it, I have my whole YouTube video template where I come up with title and thumbnail ideas, the script, and the publishing checklist. And this is honestly where I spent 80% of my time when creating a YouTube video. I find it super useful to keep track of everything I do and not being a mess in my head, so if you're interested in using it as well, you can use the link in my description to go grab it. It's a great way to start your channel to the right foot. Okay, so now you are ready to create your videos and upload them on YouTube. First of all, let's talk about what you need. I personally started with whatever I had at the time, meaning this old camera that I still use to this day, by the way, and Premiere Pro. If you take a look at my very first videos, you'll see that the sound quality was horrible, the colors not on brand, and the room that I was in wasn't very compelling, but I did start with what I had. If you don't have a camera, you can just use a phone. That's what Beautiful Beats does, and it looks great. If I had one recommendation and one advice would be to invest in a decent microphone as soon as you can.
Hey man, no cutsies! I had
decide or not to watch your videos. Then to put together your videos, you will need an editing program. I use Premiere Pro because that's the one I knew from my studies, but you can use any video editing software there is. There is many free ones. I will probably list a few in the description. So once you gathered everything you need, you are ready to start creating your videos. Obviously, everyone is going to have a slightly different process, but here is how I do it and what I learned over the years. The most important, and I can't stress that enough, is to start with the packaging first. What is the packaging? Glad you asked. The packaging is basically the title and thumbnail of your video, which is going to be the very first thing that someone sees about your video. If you made a killer video but no one clicks on it, it's pointless because they'll never know. I just started doing that myself just a couple months ago, and seriously, since I've been doing this, my videos are getting twice or thrice the amount of views that it was before, just because I've been thinking about the packaging and the concept of the video first. While you are at that stage, I really recommend you to spend as much time as you can on this, because the competition on the home feed is really fierce and you really need to grab people's attention. Then it is time to write the script of your video, and here you have different options. Either you script every
Hey man, no
word of the
cutsies!
video,
I have.
like I do. Yes, this is the script of this video. I do this because I'm not very confident in English and I need to make sure that everything I say has sense and have an impact on the viewer. Or you can just make a bullet point script and just invent the sentences as you shoot. But last option, you go with the flow completely. You don't really script anything. I personally do that when I do my studio session because I can't really plan ahead of time what I'm gonna be making in my song. Same goes for the challenges. The only thing that I really script all the time is the intros and outros because as soon as the video starts, or at least I try. One last advice I have for you in your video creation process is to use the batching system, meaning that instead of creating one video at a time, you focus on the stage of the video. For example, one day is going to be focused on brainstorming videos, ideas, and concepts. The next day, you're going to be focusing on scripting all your previous video ideas, and then the next day after that will be focused on filming all your videos, etc., etc. You get the concept. I found it to be a real time saver to organize myself between my full-time job and YouTube. So congratulations, by now you should have your first video ready to post. I recommend you to pre-upload your video on YouTube a couple days or a day before it goes live so that it gives you time to upload it and fix anything, any issues if any would come up. Then the main thing to keep in mind is to use the description and tags very wisely so that the algorithm can categorize your video well and present it to the right audience. Generally, you do that by using keywords like music production, drum cover, progressive house, anything that will help people find your video. Now, I want to say a few words about expectations. Please lower your expectations. Don't expect it to get many views as of the beginning because it is very unlikely that it will happen. You're gonna have to push it yourself. So give it time, message people that you think would be interested in your video, promote it in social media for free like Instagram, Facebook, Reddit forums. That's personally how I grew my audience from zero, totally organic, never used any ads. I just tried to spread the word and improve my content over time. Finally, use every YouTube feature that it allows you. Use shorts, do live streams, post in your community tab once you have it, really anything that can keep you in the feed of your audience. But once again, most importantly, and I don't mean perfect. I read that on average it takes about 60 to 75 videos to reach 1,000 subscribers for a channel, so really, give it time, just testing your content, which brings us to the next stage.
Did you?
So once you complete your first few videos, your goal is going to be to analyze their performance and to adjust your content so it becomes better and better, and performs better. Overall, you want to make sure that every one of the number one thing to pay attention to is your analytics. Lots of views and the average. For example, if your TikTok page is pretty low and you're not getting too many views, that's well. Try something once. Honestly, the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. As long as it's great, even if your average isn't great, like under 20%, it might mean that the viewer wants to get better at grabbing attention. And it's okay, it also takes time to get better at this because it is really hard. Believe it or not, but I'm still struggling myself with this. My average view duration right now is between 30 and 45%. Then if you really want to grow on YouTube, you need to keep in mind that you're gonna have to learn about every single aspects about YouTube. Storytelling, thumbnails, titles, SEO, description, tags, everything. For example, I myself took a masterclass from Casey Neistat about storytelling to try and make better intros and better videos overall. One thing that you can do as well is read every single one of your comments, as sometimes they will tell you what they liked or what they didn't like or how you could do better. And sometimes they might even ask you for a specific video, which will be just a free idea video for you. Okay, so by now you should have a pretty good amount of videos posted and you should be getting more confident about it. That's when it's time to monetize your audience and start making money. There are many ways to make money on YouTube, not just by selling beats, and you should focus on setting up one at a time. Just choose a few different income sources that you would like and take the time to set them up correctly. Here are a few examples. Affiliate marketing. This is where you put links in your description, recommending products or resources, and make a commission every time you drive a sale. Be careful and only recommend products that you've used or that you approve. Don't try and actually recommend products that wouldn't be useful or good for your audience, as you might lose their trust. Also make sure to keep it relevant to your niche. If you're into music production, don't go recommend like hair product, for example. And finally, affiliate marketing is hard. It's definitely not going to be your main source of income, so make sure that you talk about it all the time, but always after you add value for your subscriber first. Sponsorships. This is a bigger source of income that will come later, as usually brands want to make sure that you have quite the following that you can reach with your videos to promote their product or services. It's usually a better source of income than affiliate marketing, as most of the time brands have a bigger budget to promote their product or services, but it's also way harder to get with a small audience. Selling digital products. This is a great way of making money on YouTube and my personal favorite because this is a passive source of income. You basically just have to create a digital product that your subscribers can download, and after that you just list your content and videos promoted for you and drive the sales. It can be ebooks, templates, sample, preset packs, vocal packs, online courses, honestly anything. The limit is your imagination. It just needs to be helpful for your audience and something that they want or need. Now you could also sell your services. Once you get a good audience that trusts you and your skills, they might want more from you. You might be able to do ghost production services or sell your mix and mastering services on their songs. On the other hand, if you're a singer, you can sell your vocalist services. Sometimes your followers might even message you asking you if you have this product or do this services, and this will just give you ideas on what your audience might want from you. Now, similar to what I chose, you can start a Patreon. It is a great way to give more to your audience and set up a more stable and recurrent source of income for you. And depending on what you offer, it might be more or less passive, which is great. Finally, if you are an artist or content creator, you can sell merchandise to your fans. It might happen later down the road once you have a bigger audience, but sometimes your fans might want to connect with you, wear the same things that you do, and this is where you can start to sell merch. Overall, there is many more ways to make money on YouTube. Just find the one that you want, that attracts you, and set them up. But if you want to sell anything and make money on your own, you need an audience online. Alright, now I asked you guys on Instagram if you have any questions on how to make money on YouTube, and I selected a few that I'm going to answer now. Is there any way you can do it by just getting music out? Honestly, it's pretty tough these days, but it's doable. You can take a look at I Am Polar. She only releases music and she's doing a great job, but here is how she does it. First of all, she releases a lot of music. By a lot, I mean every single week, every Friday. And second, her visuals is what sets her apart. She uses 3D visual animations to share snippets of her song and share little Instagram reels. It's honestly a great strategy, so if you want to do that, learn from it, adapt it to your own style and just go for it. How much can you make and what it depends on? How much can you make is no limit. There's no limit, really, and that's what's great about it. I know people that makes like 10K a month with having the same amount of subscribers that I have, but it just depends on how you decide to monetize your audience. It really depends on what you choose, like if you have a higher end product or higher price service, coaching or something like this. For example, if you just have a $10 ebook to sell, it's gonna require to make a lot of sales if you want to make a full-time income. But if you have one coaching service that is like $2,000 or $3,000, you just need to sell a couple of months to make a full-time income. So it's really up to you and how you decide to monetize your audience. How to sell sound kits. To sell sample packs, I think the best example is Emeche. That's the main thing that he sells, and he just shows it in every single video that he makes. He shows you how to make a song, how to make a music style or anything, but he always just uses his own preset or sample packs. And this is a great way to promote them and drive the sales. Does language matter? In my opinion, yes. For me, English exposes you to more people. You can reach more people because more people speak English in the world rather than just French. And this is the main reason that I chose to do my channel in English and not in French. Alright, phew, that was a lot of information, but I think we covered most of it to take you from A to Z on creating your perfect YouTube channel and start making money as a music producer or artist. Feel free to refer back to this video as you progress in your YouTube journey, but if you want a more detailed step-by-step plan with actionable steps, I created the new Master YouTube as a Music Artist ebook for that reason. It is a complete 75 pages ebook that will teach you everything I know about YouTube and help you take actions that you know will work for your channel. As always, if you want to check it out, the link will be in the description, but in the meantime, keep learning and I will see you in the next one.
When you want to sort out your Mac once and for all, what do you do? Most tips from the internet didn't work. You tried emptying the bin, cleaning.
Okay, here we are.
Yes, we are.
Close to a month na lang. Ay reunion concert nyo na. Narinig ko na yung mga sinabi nyo kanina, so I will try my best not to ask the same questions. Ang tanong ko is, what made you say yes? And was it an easy yes?
Okay. Who wants to answer that? Okay.
There you go.
I'll speak for myself. When it's something this, I guess, big, epic, whatever word you want to use, no? It's never an easy decision.
Right.
Sometimes maganda yun there is a bit of resistance. In my experience, when you go through resistance, the best things come out of it.
Tama.
So, maganda.
Tama.
It did that. We push and pull. Live Nation pulled our hair, but we're here, and it's been a couple months. It's been a joy.
Okay.
Rehearsing and whatever.
Rico.
That's a very good answer. Very good answer. I will share this similar answer. The opportunity strong factor.
Okay.
Made me help me to decide yung first Filipino artist na produce na yes, it has to happen that 2024. So that was the most difficult part for me. But you figure things out, and so that sabi ni Bams, may pag naghirap yung magandang kalakas.
Tama. Nathan, was it an easy yes for you? So ikaw yung last answer?
Yeah, game na. Hindi, game na. Parang
Kasi for me, parang imposible siya eh.
Okay.
Paano mangyayari yun?
So, naisip mo talaga parang dito
Oo, hindi
mangyayari.
ko talaga in-expect ng mga niya.
Lahat kayo? Unanimous?
So, nung parang, what? Ganon? Game na? Fuck yeah! Ganon.
That's... Biblip ko na lang yan, Nathan.
Di ba? Parang, kasi basta ako parang hindi ko, what? Dance. Yeah, dude. What? Ganon.
Wow. Okay, Mark, ikaw naman. Was it an easy yes? Okay.
Sa akin. Kasi, the chance to work with these two again. Alam kong, tulad yung nangyari sa amin past few years, sobrang masaya, relax, trabaho, pero yung katrabaho kami 8 hours, 7 hours, pero ano lang, steady lang.
Mhm.
Yun pa lang, yun pa lang okay na okay sa akin. And then, nung sinabi pa sa akin na Live Nation yung gagawa, talaga. Okay. So, sobrang ano rin yan. Kaya lalong naging easy yes.
Right. Okay. Nung nagre-rehearse ba kayo, parang meron kayong konting nagulat na, uy, medyo bumaba na yung boses mo dyan, ha? Or, uy, iba na yung gitara mo dyan, yung pag-strum mo ng instrument dyan. May ganun ba? May mga observations kayo? The very first time you guys got back together in the studio.
Ako, I think that's a given, right? I think the first time we went to the studio nga, parang, let's just try stuff lang eh.
Okay.
Parang, go through songs.
Okay. Jamming lang, parang ganyan. Okay, okay.
Just to keep it as natural.
What was that first song na ginam nyo?
I don't remember. Kilo ba yan? Yeah, from the Trip album, yeah.
Okay.
But then again, it's the expectations were there sa akin. That's part of the excitement as well. Na parang I know how much we've grown as artists. So to take another crack at this, sabi ko, it's gonna be fun.
Who else?
Everyone's better. Sana naman. Diba? I was thinking that. Like, dapat naman. I mean, after all these years.
Saka nagulat na part, if you can remember.
No, it's just the instincts are like more, more artistically mature.
Okay.
Because parang it's hard to describe, but like the instincts or the calls, the decision making, it's just so. Because I hadn't played with them for quite a while, so I was quite. And before I remember, I would maybe because I wrote the songs, diba? So I would kind of parang have the lead the direction.
Mhm.
But now it's just like I'm. Sitting back and like
Yeah.
Relax
things are taking shape and I'm just doing my ako ngayon yung maraming homework sila they got their parts and
Right.
I'm like okay I'm the one catching up.
Okay, okay. Nathan, Mark, meron pa kayo parang na-observe?
Yung ibang bands, di ba, pag nag-reunion sila 30 years later, 20 years later, nasa iba na yung tuning nila, mababa na.
Yeah.
Ito, hindi, tumaas pa. So, sira ulo itong mga... mga certain songs sa mataas.
Is that a good thing, Nathan?
Well, I was surprised ako dahil usually kasi karamihan ng banda nasa big
Babaan mo na
standard na
eh.
sila, gano'n na,
Oo.
di ba? Parang, what? Crazy ass.
So that's a good thing. I can
Well,
say that's
yeah,
a good thing. Okay, Mark, ikaw.
Same man.
Basta masaya.
Ibang-iba, nasa ano na eh, nasa C-sharp na gano'n. No?
Ito, wala.
Yeah.
Tag-iba pa rin. You wanna say something?
No, I was just saying, no one's wheeling us in. You know what I mean? No one's carrying us in, whatever. I mean,
So far.
but I'm saying we are still, parang, to me, prime.
Right.
And we can deliver.
Right.
It's as simple as that. Na parang, it's an utter confidence. And then if you you multiply that by 4, that's gonna be fun.
Right.
Yun ang
Yeah, I think they're gonna get us. Now that you mentioned it, I think they're gonna get us at our prime.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's a good one. Abangan ko yan. Yeah. Ang tanong ko is this, aside from the sound, nung nagkita-kita ba, before this ba nakikita-kita na kayo?
Not really.
No, right? Okay.
Bump into each other.
Yeah,
but
bump into
Right.
each other once in a while.
sporadic, like so.
So random, parang ganun lang, no?
But it just shows you sort of how life is taken over now. Everyone has their path, everyone's doing their thing, diba? And you know that. You know that.
I know, yep.
Yeah, right? So to once again na nagsama kami with all that parang beautiful time away.
Right.
It's nice. No?
Kasi curious ako, gusto kong malaman, uy, pumayat ka! Uy, yung buhok mo, ano na, ganyan. May mga ganun ba kayo na?
Yeah, but deeper than that.
Deeper than that, okay.
Like we're doing our life now, and
Right.
you know, so it's more.
Yeah.
I heard nga, Bamboo kanina, saying kanina, parang how are the kids, how's your mom, how's your brother?
Yeah, that's the first thing I asked. I asked about like how the parents and stuff like that, the brothers, sisters. Yun ang that's what you remember, and that's why we're here.
Right.
That's what ties us together, right?
Right.
It's a deeper connection. Yes, music brought us here. Yes, music did this, but somehow it transcends that. You know what I
Right.
mean? In a
Right.
sense, na we've hung out even before that. Yun ang that's something else, no?
Right.
I don't know. I can only name a few bands who've done that. Right?
Tama yung, Mark, tama ba sa narinig ko kanina, sabi mo, you guys started 1994.
Yung first album.
The first album came out
We were
1994.
together before that.
When did the group stopped? Anong year?
Kami
98.
itong Ford.
1998.
Yeah, it's all yeah.
Okay. You left 1998.
Yeah, 98.
Rico?
Kami hanggang kami nila needs 2000.
2001.
2001. Okay.
Tapos kami ako 2006 or 7. 7.
Okay. So may ganun, may slide pala yung yung ano, no?
Ako bumalik ako.
Like, like nung umalis ako 2007, isa sa mga una kong pinuntahan si Lina. So, may mga, like,
Right.
so a lot of stuff people don't know, but it's
Correct.
what happens between brothers.
Right. The reason why I asked about the dates is that ewan ko lang kung nare-realize niyo is what you're gonna be doing is like a time capsule
Oh yeah.
that you're bringing us back to 94 and you're bringing something forward
Yeah.
when we're all dead and gone.
Yeah.
May ganun bang realization?
Kanina while we were doing like during the interview na isip ko na this is gonna be just another snapshot, but it's gonna be a hell of a snapshot.
Yeah, I hope na. I understand where you're coming from, the time capsule, but I'm all about pushing forward and what excites me is what can, after all those years away from each other, bringing it back together. What can we do? No? What that excites me sa stage. The audience, yung manunood, they should be excited. People are familiar with us. They think they know what to expect. Diba? They think they know what to expect, pero coming from now, sitting here, doing a couple rehearsals, we'll see. Diba?
Right.
Parang
I know the set list is top secret, pero ano yung mga songs na dapat naming abangan that you will probably give a 2024 spin?
Ito yun. Ano ba yun?
You saw us. If you saw the four of us play those songs before, and you enjoyed those songs, we will
Ha?
play those songs. Good.
Hindi, sinano. Ito si Rico Blanco,
Para
tapos si
ma-12
Bamboo.
Were you 12 when you were 12?
Sinag-split nga.
When I listened to the songs and I had to review the song, it felt like I was like coming to
Ah.
It felt like we listened to
Well, we're all looking forward to this. Kaya ko rin siguro sinabi na capsule is because I think your fans silently or in their hearts, they might not verbally say it, but parang magpapasalamat sila sa inyo for doing this for them. Because they don't know if this is gonna happen ever again.
We're also thankful that they supported us all these years. It's separately
Yeah.
because they didn't.
Correct. And, yeah. Ay, nako, wala nang tayo. But next time.
Kind of like the same communication, and it's kind of it's a bit nuanced. And I appreciate that, given the way the question's being phrased and looking at the profile picture. I may be going into too much detail here, but you do have to speak to a certain audience on a consistent basis, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to play one video game or do one type of comedy skit. Niche isn't quite as binary as that.
The Spiffing Brit strategy is to just, he's the guy who breaks stuff. Mostly that is in video games, but every so often it's YouTube itself as a platform. So,
He's full focus. Well, what I can see is Dan sneakily in the background is looking at the channel to try and
I
answer
just
this
wanted to
question.
know what that looks like. There's like reviews and there's wiring, like we're talking about reviews for Jeeps, but then wiring the Jeeps and then exploring places that you happen to explore, driving the Jeep
Yeah.
there.
So that might be a different audience. You might have the enthusiast who just loves Jeeps as a brand and a culture, but then there's like the motorist repair restoration enthusiast. And a person who like niche audience. So I'm curious about
Like, yeah, for example, there's a lot of off-roading content. And
Yeah.
so let's say your audience is people who like off-roading. They may not also want to know about, like, what's going on with haters and trolls in your comments, which is like one of their videos. So, just so keep in mind, make a persona. This is a lot of this advice, just general marketing advice. Make a persona for the audience, the customer, that you want coming to your store, your channel. And who is that person? Because you want them coming back consistently, and you want as many of that person as possible. So whenever you're about to come up with a new video idea, think to yourself, my audience, and
Long form that had a short go viral. Total channel views of 2 million. Could this hurt my long form audience long term?
Wait a minute. I primarily make long form, but had a short go viral. I wouldn't say it's going to hurt your audience. I think your metrics are going to be annoying. I think you're going to see a lot of views and subscribers, but they're not going to be watching your long form, and you're going to get frustrated by that. Shorts.
I don't know if we're just in this weird tutorial universe where some of our shorts from 6 to 12 months ago are still getting views. I don't know how that works. So it's often from search traffic, but sometimes it's from browsers as well. I guess also what I would suggest here is, can this short viral be turned into a long form piece of content? Because you have the related links that you can plaster on that. So when direct those viewers the audience on the video itself, migrating that from advanced. Shorts is kind of like a very different platform, even though it's the same channel. And I think everybody still struggles with moving audiences around the channel where they can. And then the Slotmaster 316, a big shout out to Coach Paul.
Hey,
It's helped me with my channel. I'd love for all of you to talk about slot streaming if you ever get a chance. So I guess the one thing, Dan, we might suggest here is, especially with slot machines where you're thinking there's that dopamine hit like every 10 to 15 seconds as you spin the wheel. I remember days and that short.
a lot. Like a lot of people visit Vegas and slot machines and things like that. So if they're scrolling, like think about it. It's that watching the thing go. Like, well, I'll just watch one. Maybe they hit it. Oh, they didn't. Oh, they're pulling the lever again. I'll stick around. Oh, they didn't get it that time. Oh, they got it. You know. Oh, they're pulling it again. Are they gonna hit the jackpot again? Like.
And that is a nice little segue to our sponsor today, which is ourselves. Yes, we are sponsored by vidIQ's one-on-one coaching. So as you can see here, the Slotmaster has been working with Coach Paul. Coach Paul, I suggest you take our conversation and throw it out to Paul and see what he says, because you can message him asynchronously whenever you want, and Paul will reply. And that is their coach for the Slotmaster 316. And you can have your own coach here at vidIQ with a relatively competitive nominal fee. You know, I keep saying that we're going to bankrupt ourselves, but hey, nobody listens to me. We charge a very competitive monthly subscription for you to have the ability to speak to a coach who is not only going to help you with kind of like strategy and advice and, you know, giving an objective view of thumbnails and videos, but also like the guiding hand, the support you need. We know that YouTube can be a lonely experience, and that's probably why you join us for 2 hours every in the description. Not for you, and you can't afford it. Don't worry, we're here. Get back to a couple of buttons.
to move away. Sorry, Dan. Yes, thank you. I know you were trying to do the same thing. And we have already audited our please selected channels, which means that it's time for a little bit of this. Okay, you can see on screen the non-AI version of the claw. Your hosting, do whatever you want. Today, we have 581 non-gaming channel submissions, which means that once I've stopped the music in the background, we will take the claw and pick out a number. And that number will come back to us as number 27.
Look at all the clicking and buttons he has to do. Look at all this.
I know, but it's still faster than AI Claw. We are going to now review or audit Unbox Bug, which is a tech channel. So this is a little bit down your avenue.
I love the thumbnail aesthetic.
Clean, isn't it?
It's very clean, although I would be careful with some of the colors that you use with the text, because on some of these white text, you are having up against a white background or a light color background, and it's hard to see. So be careful about that. I love the thumbnail aesthetic. One of the biggest things for me as far as text thumbnails go, I think it is a good product. That's coming to they care about the product. So this creator does it right by making the product the centerpiece of the thumbnails, and that's the first thing I noticed. And there seems to be a common thing with them reviewing smartphones. So I like the fact that they are reviewing smartphones, although they got iPhones and Androids. I mean, you can do that. But yeah, I mean, the view count for your sub size, your channel size are very good. So I say that this creator is definitely worth
The title. Channel 8.
If it's not ASMR, it's silent unboxings. Some of them are doing well.
Yeah, because like this one, iPhone 15 unboxing, is this an ASMR one or not? So I'm just going to play it and find out.
It is, I think.
Isn't that different? That's interesting and cool. I like that. So, okay. They give you a visual prompt, but the audio as high as possible.
Isn't that pretty cool? I should jump scare you after you do that.
So, I think this is pretty cool as long as they maintain this ASMR approach through all their videos. Because, like, if there's any now, this one. Are they? Oh no, is ASMR? Let's just assume this point.
I have a theory.
Yep.
I feel like the iPhone one did well because iPhones are traditionally, Apple itself is traditionally known for its really classy unboxing experience.
Right. Yeah.
And a lot of these other products, I don't know if they have that same, you know what I mean, that same recognition. So they might. But I'm just wondering, like, some of them did really well, but that iPhone in particular, the iPhone 15 so they unbox something that's videos to get people going, some of them, like the PlayStation Portal unboxing, it didn't draw people in. But that iPhone 15 is like, oh, the iPhone 15 is very old, and they're going to unbox it today. That's I didn't get an iPhone 15. What was the unboxing experience like back then? There's kind of, I think, something there that's beyond. It has like another draw to it.
This would have been a box when it was.
I'm sorry. It came out in September, so he literally unlocked it when the phone came out. So that's why.
I'm sorry.
That was just a timing video. He timed it up perfectly.
Okay. I'm an Android person now, so I apologize. I thought 15 was old.
But you're good.
I went too far in the other direction. Okay, so in that sense, it was, I guess, trending. The PlayStation Portal, I think, is older than 2 months, right?
Yes.
So maybe that's what it is. Sorry.
It is curious when you look at the most popular ones, because the Galaxy Ultra 23 a year ago, 4,000 views, pretty good. Absolutely top. So, what is the blocker here? Is it just the tech niche is ultra competitive, and sometimes their unique idea just doesn't get through the noise?
Well, the S24 Ultra was unboxed over a month ago, so he was a little late on that one. Yeah. If you're gonna yeah, because even though it is a unique angle, the ASMR unboxing of it, it's still wrapped into the unboxing experience, which, as you say, has a very, very finite window of opportunity. So, what we're maybe saying here is the creator needs to have the product on day one, if not very soon after, or something that's very unique that nobody else has.
Correct.
And I'm wondering if that's why, like, the Red Magic 8 did really well, because not that many people were covering that product, so they had a bit more lead time. Sorry, I keep going back to this other channel.
Yeah, I think my first theory then is what I'm going to lean into, which is that I think the product needs to be, like Viper said, current. Don't listen to what I said earlier. Very current, very on time, but then also popular. I think it has to be, like, the PlayStation Portal was notoriously bad in the sense that people, before they even got their hands on it, were making fun of it because of what it is and what it does and its lack of capabilities. So since it's such a memed on product, it's hard to convince people to watch an unboxing. So that was my take there.
But when did this come out? Viper, do you know the ROG GX? Is this new or?
I think the ROG Phone has been out for over a month ago too. I'm not sure exactly when, but it's been out a while.
And this came out yesterday, so again, there may be a struggle to get traction with it. But again, how many people have covered that? Gaming channels. We have 4. Looks like we're running on 1 gaming channel this week. We're going to audit another one now, which is 4.
Hey, iCloud probably would give some advice by now.
Yeah, Draken.
Some numbers, yeah. He's very knowledgeable.
Wait until next week. AI Rob is fine when it's working down the claw. That's your own crazy little thing. Boomer Chef, Nordic Boomer Chef Gaming. There's a lot to try and comprehend with that gaming handle name.
Yeah.
But then we get to the thumbnails, and now we're seeing somewhat. I'm just
like, I'm very sure, I don't know what this one is. Maybe they're just covering it, I don't know if they're covering it. But, like, I had a lot to say with the thumbnails, the titles, and stuff. I want to go over them. How many comments do they have?
Let's not bother with this bit.
Yeah, this is like...
I'm bored. Move it.
Warning. This video may contain excessive amount of level humor. Prepare for bad jokes.
It's fine having this in, but it's taking too long.
So watch responsibly. Proceed with caution and a sense of
I would just put that card up for a second and make people pause and go back.
Well,
date.
Chose to make Crush even not loud. Yes, it is. Okay. Can we go back to when the video and then the comments? I want to say the comments.
I think it was about 20 seconds.
And then there's that whole part of welcome back to the channel. So 6 something's not adding up there, and so I'm wondering if they're posting it to like maybe a subreddit or something like that, which is fine. But we are the type of people who want to help you not do that. I call that legwork. I call that you doing all this legwork to try and push your video out there, if that's what you're doing. Whereas YouTube will do that for you, but we're hopefully here to help with tips and advice. So some better thumbnails, better titles, things like that. Your intros. I'm so sorry to say this. They gotta go. They gotta go. They gotta go. It's the still image at the front of the video that's doing nothing with no voiceover or anything. It's the warning message that you have that's really long that has to go. And then it needs to be welcome back to blah blah blah. Come on. When I build videos for World of Warcraft, so quickly, like this build is going to do this much damage, and I'm going to show you how to do it, and then they're tracking that. Like they don't get into the whole like my channel where I and mention cooking and like, please don't also do a cooking video of the channel. I'm so sorry. It just doesn't. Audience persona. Who like there are. Everybody eats. I get it.
But let's say this, Dan. Apart from random cooking channels, cooking videos, they're in the right place.
Right.
Looking at the search traffic, there are some small channels getting big views around Project Ascension, and they are posting on a very regular cadence. So, gaming channel jumping onto this niche or trend. They've done like probably the most important thing, which is channel that right, and then
About this on a good YouTube has autoplay going on with your videos, which means that when somebody scrolls or they hover their mouse cursor over your video on desktop, the first 5-10 seconds, I think first 5 seconds or whatever, plays. So if your video doesn't look like what the title and thumbnail suggest in the first 5 seconds, it's probably not getting clicked on. So just be aware that when you are crafting your videos, the first 5 seconds.
If you're watching the second video, it'd be interesting to look at the audience retention there and see if it goes. I can't really do this on a camera, but it'd be no. That doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. I was trying to illustrate a retention
I get what
graph.
you're saying.
Thanks, Dan.
Basically,
Thanks.
the beginning of your video will have a huge dip in retention, and then people will come back to watch the part where you're actually getting to the video.
Yeah.
But if you just get rid of that first minute or so, you're going to see a jump immediately. But then, thumbnails definitely work. Fix those things. You're doing even better. I mean, that's. It works. Takes a while.
So we are auditing. Let me just check I've picked the right channel. Money with sub. Whoa, that's a busy channel banner. And we strongly believe in, quote, learning is a treasure that will follow its owner everywhere. Okay, cool. Is this a markets channel? I think it is.
This is one of those areas where I'm going to have to say we should probably look at other channels. But I want to talk about the thumbnails. Well, maybe it works in this niche. I don't know. Daily content on
Days share market updates. What do we? Daily stock trading.
something like that.
Yeah, let's go with that. These are all from quite a while ago, then. Let's do
a filter for anything in the last week.
Game. I'd say the thumbnails here are pretty good in terms of like. Okay, some of them are very busy. I was talking about that. Yeah. Have the text busy, or you can have. So I guess I'm not qualified to talk thumbnails too much here.
I want to just quickly listen to one of these. So I think this is an Indian channel with. It's one of those where
Okay, and guys, we're gonna
there's a kind of
end
mix
this
of
now.
languages, and as a creator from India, that they should have their titles and their thumbnails in a certain language.
Yeah.
Because I know it's
The end,
how do I
guys.
say